Chaos. Blur.
All right, what's up, everybody? This is Bobby Gaines, otherwise known as Chaos Blur. Welcome back to the show. This really is a show. I don't know if it's a continuous show or just something that I do once in a while, but I do this more than once in a while because we got some Rocket League up here on the big screen, or at least we will in a little bit. Exactly, that's what we like to see. Big, emotional. No, we really do. In fact, I'll show you right here. Wouldn't it be funny? Wouldn't it be funny if I went to the game? Oh, hello. We got a new follower, too, in the first couple minutes, so I like to see that. Wouldn't it be funny if I was like, yeah, we got Rocket League right here, and then I just go, there's nothing there. I've actually had that happen. Well, not that exactly, although I did have a stream recently where the microphone wasn't working for the first minute of it, so I basically just did this whole rant for nothing. But hopefully that's not the case today. Long story short, we're at the end of a busy week. Friday here. Hopefully you guys are, if you're still working, you're almost done working. I'm not going to quit the game because I've been looking forward to a little Rocket League, so we're going to try that out. Hopefully we get a little further than we did yesterday when we tried Splatoon 3, which we did get to play for a little bit, and then, well, we all know how that ended. Hopefully this ends a little better as we get ready to go for some competitive play. Looks like there is double XP up for grabs. Also, again, like to welcome AO Max Game to the channel. Thanks for the follow. Hope you enjoy the content. Heyo, where's spring? Well, it's a little warmer today. It was like in the 40s or whatever. Is that the new Scrubs episodes? It really is not. All right, I got two intros to fire off now. I guess we'll start with Rem since they technically showed up like a split second first, and then we'll get to Bekazan. We've also got our brand new friend AO Max Game, who we'll see what they do. But yeah, welcome to the show, everybody. What did you? I don't know if anyone else here watches Scrubs. I know Bex did and does. It's weird saying Scrubs is back in general, but what did you think of the new episodes? To anybody who watched them, I watched them yesterday, and it's been a day, that I've had to process it and be like, did I actually like what I saw? I'm like, yeah, it was such a short thing. I mean, 2 episodes, I can't really gauge a whole show on that. Like, oh, is it good? Is it bad? It was good. Goodish. I liked them. Yeah, that was kind of the whole thing. I'm like, but does that mean they're good? Because I expected them to be worse. Like, yeah, they didn't suck as much as I thought, but it's like, does that really mean they're good? Or does it just mean, like... So, I want to kind of, take a few more days to get out of that mindset and be like, okay, how were they in terms of actual media, not just, like, media we expected to suck. Because there is a different way to judge it when it's like you expect it to be so bad that a 7 out of 10 is like a 10 out of 10. As far as how it's going, Rem, it's going pretty well. How are you doing? Nice to see you again on the channel. And then again, you're here quite a bit. I believe you just hit what was it, a 5-stream streak or 3 or 5? Either way, you'll add to that. Bax's gotta be working on a streak of her own with all the streams she's been watching of mine. But anyway, oh shoot, near goal there. Oh no, more than a near goal. That was an actual goal right there. But yes, going pretty well here on the channel. We got a new follower who I've yet to hear from. That actually happens a lot, though. Then the new follower we had yesterday, I believe her name was Riley Boss, they were on the stream, and they were talking. In fact, they wanted to join us on some Splatoon 3, and yeah, that did not happen. It almost did. I actually do have the friend code, or they friended me. Like, that actually did happen. Like, that was not a bot. A real person did friend me on Switch after all was said and done, and I had the invite on my inbox. So they are in my friends group. So if they ever want to boot up Splatoon or Smash Brothers or one of those games in the future, we can certainly give that a go. But as it was, obviously did not happen yesterday, and I had to almost immediately shut down the stream after that. But if I didn't, oh man, who knows what could have happened. I know they were talking about like leveling up their character or something, which made me a little weary that like, oh, this person's gonna be like really good. I'm just kind of playing for funsies. Oh, how did we miss that goal? Anyway, the new Pokemon game. Didn't a Pokemon game like just come out for Switch? Well, Switch 2 last year, like Pokemon Z to A or something. And there was like another. Well, I saw something for Pokemon Fire Red, but I don't know if that was just a remake of. What would it be a remake at that point? But or they're just like repackaging the game again. Because I don't know if I've seen a new Pokemon game, like one that I hadn't already heard of. I know, like I said, it was like Pokemon Z to A. I've actually kind of lost track of this stuff. I didn't dislike Pokemon Arceus, which was one of the last games to come out. And there was Pokemon Violet, which I never played, but I heard it wasn't very good. What am I doing? Like, what am I doing here? Holy crap. Just watching the ball sit in the corner is what I'm doing. More disappointment right now. It's 1-0. It should be at least 1-1. Pokemon wins and Pokemon wait. I think I had heard. Alright, so those actually are the titles. For some reason, I had heard those titles before, but it just kind of sounded like. No one's going to know what I mean when I say this. It sounds like Sonic Eclipse, which has been a rumored Sonic game for years. It never happens. Like, almost either, hold on, there's two. There's Sonic Eclipse and there's Sonic Rift. Neither have been announced, but these are titles that I hear all the time. And people are like, where is Sonic Eclipse? And I'm like, oh, it doesn't exist. At least not yet. Why people are married to these names, I don't know. But that's how it was with Pokemon Wind and Pokemon Waves. So I had heard those titles before, and I'm like, are they actually going to call the games that? It looks like they are. Then again, it was the same thing with Sword and Shield. I remember those names were rumored, and then that happened. So, Pokemon Wind, that's where we're going now with the series. We're going with the weather patterns. All right. Guess they already did all the colors. They did all the jewels like Sapphire, Ruby. I had that idea years ago, by the way. Not that I want credit for it. I kind of want credit for it. You know, back when they were doing Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, I'm like, what are they going to do next? Like Ruby and Sapphire? And then they did Ruby and Sapphire, Gold, Silver, and all that. So now they're down to weather. Did they ever? They never did Thunder, did they? I feel like Pokemon Thunder would be a thing. Tropical Island theme. Well, both of them? Because that's the other thing. They put out like 2 games at the same time usually. And they're like, what is the point other than just making you buy the same game twice? Like Waves sounds like the Tropical Island one. Winds might be like a jungle or something. I don't know. I don't even know. I really don't. Or they both could be. You could have Wind and Waves on a Tropical Island at the same time. But then why are there 2 of them? It's like when they made Let's Go Pokemon like Eevee and whatever the other one was, Pikachu. It's like, do we really need to Let's Go with 2 of them? Windsurfing, yeah. No, I mean, yeah, they could both be on a tropical island. My point is, like, why do we need 2? Like, just make one really big, like, good one instead of having 2 with a similar name. I don't know. I have not played Pokemon in a long time. I mean, I guess Arceus counts, but... No, I know they did. And even then, it didn't make any sense, because I'm like, were they that much different? Like, I played a little bit of each, and, like, to the point where I don't remember which one was which, other than, like, Charmander, but Charmander was in all of them. So it's like, okay, Charmander was in red. Yeah, he was also in blue. Like, it was like, all right, so you made a bunch of them. I mean, I know why they did it, but... Somebody tell me when... Actually, I think the game that was called Sonic Rift ended up being Sonic Superstars. But again, everyone just makes up these names for new Sonic games, and they're surprised that they don't exist. It's like, you can't just make up a name for a game and have it exist. Yeah, I know. It's just... I didn't know that was still a thing. Like, I knew that was a thing back in the Game Boy days because that was like a novel concept, you know. You have a Game Boy Color, your friend has a Game Boy Color, so you have one version. But it's like, now we're still doing that. Like, everyone has the same Switch. Everybody has, like... They're probably like $80 each. I was going to say, like, they're like $80 each. Like, I should get a full game for $80. I shouldn't have to trade with my friend down the street for his Pikachu because, you know, Tommy could only afford one version of the game, and I can only afford the other. It's like, fact of the matter is we can't even afford one now. Because the game's like $80. It used to be like $40. Actually, I don't know how much Game Boy Color games were new. I knew, like, regular console games actually were pricey back in the day. Like, everybody acts like, you know, the $80 is so unprecedented, but actually I think, like, Mario 64 was, like, 70 or 80 bucks when it came out. But, I mean, I don't know. Game prices have gone up and down, not just recently, but even in history. Sega games were around 50 or 60 new back in the day. Full game, and I do enjoy getting it. I mean, you can, as long as it's not Nintendo. Yeah, we got... I won't say we got killed in that game. We only lost 2-0, but it just never felt competitive, or what's the other word, fun. But yeah, you can get a pretty full game these days. I mean, Carmageddon, for what it's worth, it's not a very long game, but it's full. Like, I don't know if there's any DLC for it, but... Still playing that game, by the way, and I will. Well, I got a demotion to Silver 3. I didn't even know I was in Silver 4 or Gold 1 or whatever I'm in. Oh, here we go. We got Manfield at dusk. Every game has, yeah, DLCs. Actually, yeah. I'm like, oh, I keep getting all this extra content in Sonic Crossroads Racing. That's because I paid for the season pass when the game came out. Some of it's free. But like some of those new tracks, like Pac-Man and whatever, Pac-Man, SpongeBob, Minecraft, like that's all planned DLC that if you wanted to, you could have paid like $5 or $10 each for it, or you get the season pass like I did. Like, oh, so smart, getting overcharged for a Sega game. Yeah, everybody does that now. Because there's still like 2 or 3 more expansions coming to Crossworlds, like I think Avatar and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and no, I'm not kidding. And they basically just put anyone in there, whether they're Sega or not. In fact, there are very few Sega characters in the game outside of Sonic. Most of them are Minecraft, and I think Mega Man's coming to the game. And what Sega game was he in? None. Until now. Actually, a Sonic and Mega Man crossover would work. They made a comic about that. I saved. Barely saved it. We've been like very bad with goal scoring so far. I've not scored a single goal. My team has not scored a single goal since starting this little thing of ours. But yeah, they really do. But hey, at least we can't say that about Concord. That never had any DLC. Too soon. I always forget that like Concord came out or attempted to come out like the same week or month as Astrobot. Like Sony had like all this bad will about this game. And then, like, Astrobot came out, and, like, everybody liked Sony again because the game was so much fun. It was, like, the complete opposite. It was, you know, well, I mean, it was DLC later, but, like, no crazy add-ons, no multiplayer. It was just a single-player, giant platformer with a big campaign. That was it. You know, it wasn't Concord. It wasn't, you know, whatever their big thing was. And that was the game that got all the attention, not the big, you know, shooting game that everybody thought would. Again, not even like throwing any shade on Concord. I didn't really care about it then, and I still don't care about it now. But that's just funny to me. It just shows that there's still an audience out there for games like Astrobot and different platformers and different kinds of games like that. Resident Evil Requiem. I always say that word wrong. I don't like that word, Requiem. It's a cool word, but it's hard to say. Yeah, I'm not playing that. It actually looks like one of the scarier Resident Evils, and that's saying something. Like, I kind of like the village setting, even though it was also scary. It was kind of different for the series a little bit, kind of being out there in that, what's it called, like Victorian-style castle setting, kind of cool. But this one looks more like Resident Evil 3, where you're, like, alone with that Nemesis character. Like, it really creeps me out. I mean, they all do, but my guess is you still only get, like, 2 bullets to face, like, 20 enemies. Oh, that was actually a decent shot attempt. Like, that's just how those games like to go. Really great review. Oh, I'm sure it's a good game. That's what I gotta say. Like, I respect the hell out of the Resident Evil series. I even liked Resident Evil 4. Like, that's the last full one that I even really played to any degree. And, oh, that sucks. We're not really doing that bad on, well, I mean, we did bad on defense there, but it's just our offense is doing nothing right now. No, Resident Evil games have always done, as far as I know. I don't. What's like the worst Resident Evil game? Like 6? I feel like nobody talks about Resident Evil 6. Resident Evil 5 even gets pretty good, like, not reviews. I don't know what the word is. Resident Evil 4 was considered like a masterpiece when it came out. Like, even I played that game. I was like, holy crap, like, this is a great game. The originals I never really tried. I tried the remakes later, and I thought they were pretty good. I just, again, I don't like games where, 1, I don't know where to go, and 2, I've got 2 bullets to kill 20 things, and now we're just going to get blown up here. That sucks. But, like, I can, you know, respect the game for what it is. I'm sure it's a fun game, and, you know, obviously people like them, and I mean, I've always loved Capcom, actually, as a third-party developer. I wish they did more with Mega Man. I know they announced something for Mega Man, but I mean, again, you make 9 Resident Evil games, and that many of them are good. I mean, that's still really good. Plus, the spin-off games, like Code Veronica, Sega Dreamcast, by the way. And there were a couple other ones, like, I think, Revelations and things of that nature. Oh, man, this sucks. Not only are we losing, but it's like we're not even coming close to scoring. Eagle 6 was kind of I played it with a co. It's kind of fun. Was co-op the gimmick of that game? I thought there was like one game that was like more co-op based. I don't know if it was that game or 5 or one of them was more like a first-person, not first-person shooter, but like almost like more like a God of War type, a Gears of War type of game where, for at least for Resident Evil, where the giraffe. Oh, okay, just gonna leave that alone. I'm like, seriously reading the comments, and then I just see that, and I'm like, yep, well, that's the end of me reading the comments for now. 5 and 6 are co-op. Yeah, because I remember one of them, maybe it was 5. It wasn't controversial, but it was like, such a departure from the one before it. And then I think 7 went back to sort of how they usually were. And then 8, I know, did pretty well. Now 9 looks like it's going to do pretty well. And again, weird to say there's 9 of them. 6 had some, and which to me, I don't mind. Like, I mean, again, I'm not a huge Gears of War fan, but like, if you're going to do a zombie game, at least make it like more of an action game. I think that's my main problem with some of those games is, it worked in 4. But I feel like 4 actually gave you enough ammo to survive. Like, it was right on that line of, like, having enough resources but still being tough. Resident Evil 2 to me is like, and that was with the remake, so I can imagine the original was even more frustrating. The remake for Resident Evil 2, I'm like, I'm dead. Because I got, like, 1 bullet, and I already know there's, like, 5 things in that next room if I can even get to that next room. So I'm like, this is just never going to end. Well, I mean, it'll end with me dead, but, like, I'm like, it's just kind of dumb. So you know what? Like, give me Gears of War. Give me, like, 1,000 zombies and I'm just gunning them down, that's still a challenge. It's still hard. I'm not saying they should make it easy, but like, what am I gonna do with 2 bullets? What am I gonna do with 2 bullets? And like, I got a hallway at the thing here, and it takes 5 bullets to kill one anyway. It's not like they die in 1 shot. They die in 5 shots, and you gotta like make a gun out of like things you find on the ground, and maybe you get 1 shot out of it. It's like, wow, fun. But I digress. Like, weren't they supposed to be cops, too? Like, in the first couple games, like, they're in the police department. You tell me every gun in the police department has 1 bullet in it? I did not. I might have had 40 bullets in the whole game. No way, in 1 room I had 40 bullets. So, yes, I did miss a lot. I will admit that. Part of that might have been because I was scared. When you get scared, your arm moves a little bit, which is weird because I'm holding a controller. It's not shooting a real gun. But, yeah, your arm moves a little bit, and you miss the shot. It happens. Okay, well, speaking of missing shots, the other team did not miss that shot. Holy crap. All right. I have scored, actually, I've scored the only goal we've had. And 2 games worth here. I've been outscored 8-1. Or 7-1. It probably will be 8-1. There's still 13 seconds left. We're getting destroyed right now. We really are. Not sure how this game works, but I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to work like this. We're getting my ass kicked right now. Ooh, piece of candy. Yeah, well, why not? I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to leave the game going. They're not going to score a goal on that. Sour Patch Watermelon. Oh, look at that. We didn't win. But I won a piece of candy, so you could argue I won the most of all. Flavorful. Oh, what happened? Oh, I lost. Shocking. Now with this very chewy piece of candy, I'm going to be re-energized for the next game. Hey, yo. Too soon. I could use the energy after what feels like an endless amount of snow this week. It'll probably be more. We're playing a team with a special team name, Octane. Oh, great. That means it's probably going to be pretty good. Like, these 3 have their own team color and a team name. That can't be good. How do I make a team? Like, big Team Chaos or whatever. I mean, blue's already one of the colors in the game, so I'd have to pick another color to make it more interesting. Like, blue and orange are the default colors. Oh, damn, that's not us winning. Ooh, that's us winning. All right. All right, take that, Team Octane, if that is your real fake name. There's always Team Chaos. It really is. Any team I'm on just evolves into chaos. Blob Ross. I love that. That was yesterday. Splatoon nickname was Blob Ross. I'm like, wait a minute. Is that nickname Blob Ross? Ooh, wow, that goal is wide open. Oh, that hurt. Oh, damn it, that was so open. I got too excited. That was such an easy shot. Oh, my God. I really want that one back. It's very rare you can get a shot that open, though. Oh, who knows? I think they spent all their money on the team name. It really was a bullet. It really did just sail wide left. Actually, no, that ball was closer than the bullet would have been like on the roof if we were talking in Rocket League terms. Oh my god. Oh, that was a save though. That was at least I made it up on the defensive end. All right, I'm trying to center this up. If somebody on my team wants to get that, no, nobody does. Damn. At least I got the good. The save was harder than the shot. So the fact that I saved that, but I couldn't make the shot to an easy goal, that's a little weird to me. Okay, that's got a good bounce on it. Oh! Oh my god, is that going to go in? Oh, I didn't think it was, but it's like we are coming so close to getting some of these things. I'm going to stay back here because if that doesn't go in, it's going to bounce back toward our goal. Holy crap, is that going to go in? That actually went in. Holy crap, I had nothing to do with that shot. I was literally just sitting here watching it, and I was staying back on defense because if that got knocked back, it was likely going to come back toward our goal. But turns out I didn't need. Yeah, there I am right there. I'm like way back because I'm like, you know what? I've seen this before. If they bounce that out, that's going to our goal. In fact, right now I'm just going to guard it for a bit. But that was the slowest goal I think I've ever seen. It tells you how fast the ball goes in about, like, in terms of a mile an hour. That's in. That's in. That's my revenge right there. I'm like, if I get that past the defender, that should be an easy one. And that's what you want to do. A lot of people think you want to, like, you know, jump the car as fast as you can into the ball. Not unless you're trying to save it. In that situation, you want to just tap it. I mean, yeah, they could still stop it, but that to me was a much better shot. Worst case, they stop that and it just stays in front of the goal. Like, that was a much better. That's what you're supposed to do, and it's very easy, especially with how fast this game goes. It's easy to try to just bop it as hard as you can, and sometimes you get lucky, and that works, but what I did there, I actually did on purpose, which is hard to say in this game. Like, now, when it's, like, right in front of your goal, yeah, sometimes you got to have, like, a really quick reaction and just do whatever you got to do to get it out of there. That is true. Other times, like I said, now it's going to be such a lucky save if they get that save. Yeah, that's kind of why I love this game, though. There is a pacing to it. And, you know, from a distance, it does look like you're just going as fast as you can. A lot of times you are, but to me, those, like, 5 or 10 seconds that make the difference is, like, you know, see how I reacted to that. Technically not very well. I got fooled on that. But that, to me, is what makes the game interesting more than just, like, how hard can you hit the ball in the air. Like, yeah, that's cool, too, sometimes. It's cool when it works. If it doesn't work, you look like an idiot. See, like, right there, I was kind of like, a lot of it's wait and see. You know, you got to just see where the ball ends up. Sometimes I'm aggressive. Right now, I'm going to try to be aggressive. It didn't work. Again, could I have hit that a little harder? Probably. But I also didn't screw us over. So I can still get back on defense. Still got the ball in a pretty good position if my teammates want to finish it, and they did. Got to trust the teammates, too. That's part of it. I see so many teams, you know, online especially, they'll be like, oh, my teammate is trash. And it's like, well, you didn't really let them do anything. So, like, sometimes you just got to sit back, let your teammates do it. You know, sometimes teammates really are trash. That's another story, but here I am talking like some kind of Rocket League coach. Oh, see, that was my bad. That was not a good defensive alignment. More Rocket League right now. I'm glad we're going to win a game. At least it looks like we're going to. When I saw we were going up against the Team Octane, I mean, what am I supposed to think? God, that sounds like a tough matchup for anybody. We'll see how tough right now. Oh, all right. All right. Very odd sort of arrangement here. Oof. Okay, thankfully they just missed. That was technically a defensive breakdown on our part. Here we go. Here we go. At this point, with like a 4-goal lead, less than a minute, exactly, balls. You just have to keep the ball in front of you and just, you know, Obviously, you don't want to let in a goal, but if you're going to, just keep the ball kind of floating up there as long as you can, because, again, there's 10 seconds left, so I'm not too worried about that. Oh, that should be a goal. Got it. Nice chip shot. That was one of those where I'm like, probably could have let it go, but... And again, yes, I did do that on purpose. Did I think that was going to go in? I was like 50-50, but that was the goal there. Because I hit it so slow, the other team did have a chance to stop it. That's kind of the double-edged sword. Oh, that would have been funny. All right, either way, we win. So that's the good news. Now we get to do our little celebratory flipping and whatnot. Woo, everybody dance now. Yeah. It was. It was closer than it looked. And now I have that for some reason. Can't wait to never use it. I basically play every game like it's a close game. Even if it's like 5-0 like that was, I still act like, we can't give up a goal. Because why? You know what I mean? Like, why only play halfway? You gotta go all the way. Or not at all. Oh, here we go. Another team that's like a custom team name. Persones something. I don't know. As you can tell, English is barely my first language, let alone Spanish. More right now. Uno mas. Oh, is that going in? Nope. Nice save. Oof. We're just Team Orange. That's our name. No creative name. Just, how do you say Team Orange? Orange. That's it. More orange right now. Ooh. Oh, I waited too long. It's like, I can't really tell. It seems like both teams are pretty good, which means I got to be on my A game. Some of these maneuvers I'm seeing early on. Okay, I'm not even sure how that just happened, but it did. All right, back to the other side. Just, one side, good drive around to the other side. Get a nice little tour of the course, I guess. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, not nice, not nice. Okay, I'm like still in the goal. Like physically in the goal. There we go, nice shot. Not sure what happened because I was driving around the goal like a maniac, idiot. Yeah, either word is applicable there. I like the little pixelated explosion though, very retro. Still gotta check out that game that Bex showed me there, the Replaced or whatever it was. At least check out the demo for it. Oh, here we go. Ciao. Hey, yo. Okay, we got an open field potentially. I just kind of screwed myself there by hitting it at a weird angle. Well, all I had to do was hit it straight. I'm not saying it would have gone in, but whatever I did was going to miss either way. Oh, nice stop. Yes, and the finish in the I like the little cybernetic, whatever you call that, 80s retro pattern. I like that little grid there. I don't know what you call that, but I like it. I call it the retro sunset. I don't think that's the official name for it, though. Let's see it again in super slow motion. Nope, no, it's over. Not even regular slow motion in that range. All right. All right, I guess we're doing that. That's probably going in. Yep. I'll say the other team is good. Like I've noticed that even on goals that they haven't scored. It's not always about scoring goals. I can usually tell by the way they drive, the way they defend, that they're a good team. So 2-1 is about where I would expect this to be. In fact, I'm surprised we're winning, but let's keep it up. Let's extend this lead here. Obviously, be the goal. Well, the goal would be to get a goal. Baja Chinese food, exactly. There's a phrase that, for me, as obscure as it sounds, the phrase Baja Chinese food is always going to be associated with the Crystal Mall, which, of course, will no longer be a thing pretty soon. Which is a weird thing to say, that Baja Chinese food reminds you of the Crystal Mall, but it does, even though there's no more Chinese restaurant there, and they probably don't have anywhere that sells Baja Blast anymore, so neither thing is really that valid, but at the same time, it does remind me of some of those good old Friday nights at the mall where we really had nothing else to do, and we would just go there, nice shot. We would just go there and chill and hang out and get Chinese food or Baja Blast or whatever. I'd probably get Taco Bell. I'm trying to think of how that situation would even come up, but it doesn't matter because it was just always a good time. And, even the mall, let's not pretend the mall was always like a big bustling mall. Like, I mean, the last 5-10 years, the mall just from an objective business point of view, they've not been that crowded, but we always like just going to the same 3 or 4 stores, and I know that's kind of selfish for me. Like, oh, you know, who cares if the rest of the mall sucks? At least we have our GameStop or whatever. Got it. Got my goal. You know, but that was it. Like, I just liked having those places to stop at. And sometimes I'd buy things I usually wouldn't. But either way, it was just a way to kill a couple hours on a Friday night. Wasn't far to drive. And at least for me, for this mall tour enthusiast, I will miss that. As much as I complained about it, as much as I said, you know, oh, they got nothing here, or, you know, oh, stupid photo booth, whatever, like, I will miss it. There was a convenience to it that, you know, yeah, I go to other stores and probably do the same thing, just walk around and look at stuff. It's not the same now. And I know there are other malls. There's even malls that are, technically there are malls that are out of the state that are closer than in the state because of where our state border is, but anyway. Like Warwick Mall, for example, I think it's like a 45-minute drive, which is a little bit closer than malls that are in the state. And Warwick Mall is not a bad mall. It's not a huge mall. It actually kind of reminds me of Crystal Mall when it had more stuff in it, but just as an example. That mall has a Target right in it, so you don't even have to walk outside for that Target. Why is that something that excites me? Like, am I really getting that lame now? I'm like, you don't even have to walk outside to go to the Target. Like, okay, who cares? Like, what an achievement. Achievement unlocked. Somebody hit that in, please. I was going to say, like, I left that up there hoping for an assist. I wasn't sure if I'd get it. I also just wanted to see that retro transition again. Let's see this again. I'm like, one of you guys please get that, because by the time I drive over there, it's not going to be a makeable shot. It didn't need to be, because they took care of it, but anyhow, here we go. Alright, so maybe I gave this team too much credit, because I feel like it was just 2-1, now it's 5-1. So it seems a little... Oh no, balls! Now in message form. Great, I was just clearing out the messages from the last couple streams that I did on PlayStation. Because when I booted this up, I got something like... I don't even remember now, but it was like mostly in German from Bex. About the Sour Patch Kids, or whatever they would be called in such a language. Die Heist man, diese Süßigkeiten. See what happens when I try to speak German during this. I get distracted. Literally, take my eye off the ball. How would I say that in German? Take my eye off the ball. Nimm meinen Augen auf dem Kugel? Nah, I got nothing. That's a literal translation, but I don't think that's how you say it. Honor. Yes! How'd I get the assist on that? I have no idea, but I'll take it. I guess it would just be ball in this situation. I just like saying Kugel. It's a fun word, Kugel. What about George? Losing Crystal Mall. You know, it does. It does. Like, I mean, I go back and forth on it. I mean, obviously, the overall emotion is sadness, but not much you can really do about it, so I've kind of just resigned myself to it. It's like something that you know is going to happen, even before it happened. Before it became official, it just always kind of felt like it was only like a year or two away, so... Yeah, it's not the best. You know, you do hope maybe down the road another mall opens in this area, but I mean, even then, it would probably take at least a few years, like... Because, like, the newest mall, just to put this in perspective, the newest mall in this state was 2020. It opened in Norwalk, I believe. And they're still open, obviously. It's only a 6-year-old mall, but before that, I think it had been like... God, I don't know, like 15 years. Like, they don't build malls often, is my point. It takes a long time to get the zoning done. I don't know why I know this. Just because I know I've been to so many malls now and I know, like, the history of them. The majority of malls, at least in this area, and maybe all throughout the country, were built in, like, the 1980s or 1990s. By, like, 2000, mall construction really slowed down. And you know, there have been a handful throughout the Northeast, but it's maybe, like, once every 5-10 years, maybe. And we just got one 5 years ago, so... I'm not saying it can't happen, but... And when I say mall, I mean mall. Like, yeah, you can get, like, a strip mall or something like that. Those go up fairly often, but... Like a crystal mall. Like something of that nature. First, you need to plot of land. You know, they could tear down some apartments or something. That was, I think, Providence Place actually did that, where I think they took some other land that just had been dilapidated and they turned it into a mall. But that mall, I think, took like 10 years to build between conception to actual finished. I think it was like early 90s to like 2001. So I'm just like putting it in perspective, you know, anyone who hopes, like me, that there is another mall in this area, it's going to be probably 10 years, if it is even happening. Which I don't I mean, these owners sure as hell ain't going to do it, but if somebody smart wanted to do it, and again, I don't think it's going to be exactly there. I have a couple guesses for where it could be. I don't necessarily want to say just because I don't want to give away my location, but I have a couple ideas of towns that could do it. I don't think, like I said, I don't think this town will get another mall, but I think a town nearby could. But like I said, the problem is it takes a long time to build a mall. It's a whole thing. I don't know why, to be honest. I'm not going to pretend to know zoning laws, but it also has to be something that people really want. It has to be something the town and then, the governing people want. I don't know. It's a whole thing. I was watching some of the documentary about the Providence Place Mall and how long that took to build, and that mall is fantastic. I don't expect us to get anything on that level, but I mean, again, the Crystal Mall was built, I think in 85, which, like I said, a lot of malls are built in the 80s, 70s, 80s. I mean, 60s as well. I don't know how far back it went, but my point is not a lot of new malls after 2000. That's not just me saying that. I looked it up. There's not a lot of new malls. The malls that are around generally stay, which is why it's almost surprising. I know, I say surprising. There's malls that are actually worse than the Crystal Mall that have stayed open. I'm not kidding. There's a mall in Springfield, Mass. that is, pretty much dead, but it's still open. There's, 2 stores left in it. It's been open since, 1983. I'm not saying I want that, but I'm saying, it's really hard to kill a mall. It really is. Just as hard as it is to build one, it's hard to kill one. It just is. And basically, yeah, let's build a photo booth. There are malls like that. When I went to visit my friend from my YouTube guy there who lives in Pennsylvania, we went to a mall that was basically almost dead, but it's still there. They had a couple little attractions, like a photo booth and, one of those little trains you ride, It's very hard to kill because people just get so complacent. It's almost well, it's there, it's our thing, we go there once in a while. And that's kind of how the Crystal Mall was for a while, where it's yeah, it's there. God knows the owners tried to kill the damn thing, and they put the photo booth in now. But that's just it. People get complacent. The only thing is, like you said, with EB, obviously, that's what it took. Oh, I love Palisades Mall. I mean, Turtle P, whatever. I'm sure he's on the stream right now as I say that, but I love Palisades Mall. I'm still going to go to malls. I love Palisades Mall. I love a lot of malls in that area. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of driving to New York, but that's at least one area of New York that's not too hard to get to. It's a 2.5-hour drive over a long bridge at one point, but yeah, I mean, there's plenty of great malls. People want to say malls are dead. They just haven't been to the right ones. Because some malls are dead. It just depends on where they're built and how ownership handles them. But malls, to me anyway, are not dead. Maybe it's just because I love them so much, but I think malls can still last in 2026 and beyond. I mean, again, I've been to some of the biggest, so it's easy for me to say, Mall of America is a freaking tourist attraction. That's, that's a different story. But even if you just take some of your bigger malls, Palisades is a great example. I don't think Palisades is something people come across the country to see, but it's still a really thriving mall in that area. And that's New York. I mean, they have other choices in New York. That's not the middle of nowhere. But they still go there like that. So I don't really buy that argument that oh, malls just won't last anymore. It's no, they will. If you put stuff in them, if you build it, they will come. And Palisades hasn't, always done the best either. I think they've lost a few stores. I've been there, I think, 4 times now. And the 4th time I went, it had, less than the other times. But it still wasn't dead. Again, I don't want to jinx it. But, I mean, they lost a few stores. JCPenney's went out. But I also think JCPenney's as a company hasn't been doing all that well. In fact, I think the one that closed around here was one of the better ones. But yeah, I love me some malls. Big, small, whatever. I mean, I laugh about malls like the Eastbrook Mall up in, I think, Mansfield or whatever, but that mall's still there. It's got 5 stores in it, but last time I checked, it still exists. It's just, to me, it's not an area I'm ever going to go to. If it was on my way to something, I'd stop at it. I don't care if it's not a very big mall, but the problem is there's nothing on my way to anything. Even if the Crystal Mall, as it did, only have a few stores in it, it was convenient. That was, you can put any dump right near me. If it's convenient, I'll go to it. I mean, obviously, I want more than a dump, but, I mean, if I lived near Palisades, forget it. I'd be there all the time. I mean, there was so much stuff there. One of the few malls Toaster was with me at. I would say that's the biggest mall you've seen, but you went to American Dream, which is bigger. Oh, nice shot. I was going to say, that's our first shot at the game, our first goal of the game. But, yeah, I mean, if Turtle P wanted to go there, I mean, I'd go there. I don't know how close that is for him. I know he lives in that area. I don't want to dox anybody, but I'll say where people live now. That's a great mall. I'd say my top malls are American Dream Mall is fantastic. I don't know what it's like now. I actually haven't been there since 2021, which was hard to believe 5 years ago now. Well, it was summer. I wouldn't mind going. I always say I'm going to go back to American Dream Mall, and I never go. I want to go there for, a Christmas season. Maybe this year. I don't know. It would be 5 years. Oh, that sucks. He just scored right back. Oh, there were only 10 seconds left, too. Ah, damn it, that sucks. I would totally go, because when I went to American Dream Mall, and American Dream Mall is one of the more recent malls in the country. It opened in 2019. Yeah, 2019. So the next year was the pandemic. So that mall had a bunch of delays. It was supposed to open in it did open in 2019, but it was supposed to open more in 2020, and then obviously the pandemic happened, delayed a lot of stuff. So even by 2021, it wasn't like fully open. So by now, hopefully, do we really just give that up? That was at the buzzer too. What a devastating loss that was. Oh, good thing I'm happy about the American Dream Mall, because I'm not happy about that loss. No, American Dream Mall, like I said, it was an interesting case because that is a huge mall. I loved it, but at the same time, I had to be honest, it didn't have that many stores for what it was. It had stores, obviously, and anything. I don't want my voice just cracked for that, but anything has stores compared to the Crystal Mall. But it didn't have like 500 stores like you'd think it would, at least not then. It had the space for them. But like I said, because I went in 2021, maybe like a year or so after the pandemic, the big lockdowns had ended. It was like summer 2021 I went. I might have even had to wear a mask. I don't even remember, but it's hard to believe like half of my mall tours in like the last couple of years I wore a mask. It wasn't until like late 2021 I stopped wearing one. But my point being, I don't know how that mall's doing now. It was doing pretty well then, and that's when people weren't going out as much. So I'd imagine it's only getting better. It's a fantastic mall. So I mean, I hope it lasts. I really do. Even if I'm not going to go up there a lot, because it is like a 3.5 hour drive from here. But I mean, I don't even care. It's really good. That is honestly, especially if they added stuff, that would be Palisades for me. Palisades right now, Palisades and American Dream are like my favorite malls on this coast. Because, I mean, Mall of America, as much as I love it, it's literally on the other side of the country. Oh, that sucks. Now we're just cursed. Now we're just going to get goals scored on us left and right. But, I mean, I could talk about malls all day. Like, I love malls. I really do. Like, if people think I'm being funny or whatever, like, no, I love malls. American Dream Mall, just from a pure aesthetic standpoint, is my favorite mall. It might even be better than Mall of America just from aesthetics, but I can't beat Mall of America in terms of what they offer. I mean, Mall of America, you cannot believe that mall. I was there, and I don't believe it. Like, it's like, imagine like Foxwoods, but like with like 3 more sections on it and like an amusement park. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous how much stuff is in that place. And it's still like a mall. Like, it still has parts of it that remind you that, yeah, this is a mall. Like, yeah, it kind of looks like an amusement park or whatever, but no, it's a mall. And actually, I think I prefer American Dream's aesthetic because it has like this futuristic, almost like castle appearance to it. Yeah, I don't know who Jamal is, but is that a new mall that's coming out? The Jamal? Was that the joke I was supposed to get there? But yeah, the American Dream Mall to me has like more of like a futuristic castle aesthetic, I call it, where like it's got these parts that are like, these white columns with like neon lights on them. I don't know, it's just such a great mall. Damn it, I really want to go to. I mean, I always want to go to a good mall, but that is a great mall. I'd say the best mall that I can get to, like that's a reasonable distance away, is like Providence Place right now. Like I'd go to Providence Place. I think there's better malls, but I mean, like it's not that far. It's a nice mall. It's like 3-4 floors. It's even they're not doing the best, but I love malls. What can I say? Shit. Oh, what a save! I'm like, if that first person had hit that ball, that was going right in. We got like a little bit of a delay because the second person had to pick up the missed shot, and that was all the difference. But now I'm nervous because they have got a good shot for the goal. And I literally still have to protect another shot on goal here because nobody can keep this thing out of the, whatever zone you want to call this here. It's kind of the danger zone where they could turn the round into a goal. We don't want that. That would not be good. Exactly. Shit. Okay. Okay, that apparently. I'm not even going to read that because now you're just making fun of the great names of malls. I'm associating with that person. I do enjoy malls. Okay, that did not help. Thanks, teammate, who basically just left me out to die there. There we go. Basically just left me open to defend a pretty easy shot. Which thankfully didn't happen. That's going to go in. Yep. Damn it. That's a cool effect, though. Reminds me of something from like a horror game. Then again, I don't like horror games. I'm going all over the place here. Hey, remember that time I got a follower on this very stream like 40 minutes ago? From like AOMax or whatever? I don't know who that is, but that happened. Alright, we're down 2-0. Really feels like we should be in this game more, but we really do need some Clint Dino to get an up in here. not saying it's going to happen, but we do need it. Okay, all right. I don't know why I got excited about that. Nothing really happened. Oof. We want to make something happen here. We got to make it happen pretty soon because not much is really going on here. Okay. Yeah, time is not on our side, and they're about to score another goal because I cannot. Fuck. I cannot get over there fast enough. Even if I did, which I did, I'm just gonna hit the ball the other way. I did not have time. I would have had to get ahead of the ball and then hit it at an angle. It just was not going to happen at that time. There was no way. There was no way. The fact that I even hit the ball was a miracle. I was that far out. And I don't know where anybody else was, so don't look at me here. I know we're going to lose this game, but just got to play out the last minute or so, I guess. That's exactly what we're going to do. Ooh, that was actually a very easy goal attempt if they wanted to just turn around and swipe that in. They probably didn't expect it to be that easy, which is probably why they didn't do it. Because that was just a literal tap in there. I kind of fell asleep on the wheel there. I passed the ball even, so there was a chance that I probably would not have gotten that. And even, it's still worth taking the risk. Nice shot. A little too late, but nice shot. I like the little, whatever that is, silver horse thing. I don't even know what that was. It came out of the goal animation, but it was still cool to look at. All right, 3-1. Maybe we get another quick goal, make this interesting, but I don't really see it. But hey, 3-1. At least we're on the board, right? So our defense has not been awful. We made a couple of. Hold on. Hold on. Yes. All right. Hey, I was just kidding, but we're at 3-2. All the people who wanted to forfeit. Don't tune out yet. We're at 3-2 with a little over 30 seconds to go. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but. Good. Ball's in good position right now. They've got all their defenders on that side, which I figured they would. I got a good shot at it. Keep it in front. Keep it in front. I need a teammate. I need a teammate. Yes! Let's go. I'm like, I need. Look at where I am there. I'm like, I need somebody to do that. There was no other choice. With 22 seconds to go, we tied the game. Holy shit. I'm like, I can't do anything. Because if I try to drive out of the goal, I'm probably going to knock it out. So I'm like, someone's got to hit it in. And that was not an easy shot. That was like a freaking 90-degree angle. So we just got to hold strong here. I mean, obviously, I don't want to play for overtime. I want to play for the win right now. But I don't want anything crazy to happen where we lose the game at the last second again. It's almost happened there. All right, play for overtime. I mean, that's actually a decent shot, but it's not going to go in. All right, overtime. Hey, you know what? We might not win this one, but it went from being like a 3-0 shutout to, holy crap, we might win this. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to say the other team went on offense like right away. Which I kind of get that, honestly. You know, you don't want to blow the game toward the end like that, so they were kind of playing defensively. Now they're just going for it. Oh, my God. Oh, God damn it. I just left our goal open, though. I can't see. Someone's got a block over there. Okay, we're good. We're good. See, now we're on the defense. You know, before we had all the momentum going, it looked like we were going to do this great comeback. Now it's kind of like, all right, let's just not blow it. Like, now we're the ones who don't want to blow it. It's a nice little give and take there. Back and forth, if you will. But, yeah, forfeit? I don't think so. Because even if we lose this game, like, to me, it still was a very competitive game. And I'm not putting this in the loss column yet, obviously. We're in overtime. Anything could happen. I mean, what was it, like 40 seconds left? Oh, shit, they got a good chance at a goal. I'm just going to stand here and watch it. Got it! What a game! Best game of the year, probably, because I haven't played that many this year. But that was, we were down like 3-zip with like 40 seconds to go. That was incredible. I mean, I don't blame my teammates who wanted to forfeit, but that's why you don't forfeit. That's why you don't forfeit. And we would have forfeited, too, if I had said to forfeit, because the 2 out of 3 wanted to. That's why you don't give up. I mean, granted, that doesn't happen often. 9 times out of 10, we probably lose that game 3-1 or something, but that needed to happen. Like, that was a great game. That was the best game. Like I said, that was the best game of the year so far. And again, it has been a long year in Rocket League, but 3-0 with like 30 seconds to go. Did I think we'd win it? No. But I thought we would at least be competitive, and we were more than competitive. We won the damn game. I saw it, and I don't even believe it. Oh, this is the underwater one. I like this one. So I like to find it funny when people will try to forfeit when it's like 2-0, 3-0. I mean, I get it, but it's like, you know what? Just play it out. Play it out. Like, we scored like 2 goals in like 15 seconds. I mean, that's basically what we had to do, but yeah, that did not feel like a winnable game at all. I'm not going to say, like, oh, yeah, we had it the whole time. No, we did not. We definitely did not. Even in overtime, it looked like the other team was going to just score on us right away. I always hate that. I've had that happen, too, where we make this big comeback, and then the other team just goes, yeah, whatever, you're done. Boom! Let's go with that, though. Also, doesn't hurt to play from ahead. I mean, obviously, you want to win by any means necessary, but I'm not going to complain about that either. Starting off good. Yeah, let's see. Is the other team going to forfeit because they're down 1-0? I don't think so. I don't see why they would after 1 goal. Still a long way to go, obviously. When there is. Yeah. That was a game. That's one of those where, like, I want to make a clip of it, but it's like so long. It's not like a very watchable clip. Like that whole thing probably took like 2-3 minutes of real time to happen. You know, from the time we were down to getting the first goal, second goal, third goal. Yeah, probably more than that, actually. Like a real game of Rocket League, you know, it's 5 minutes, but it's more like closer to 10 minutes, probably, depending on how the game goes. Because there's like all these stoppages of play every time something happens. Almost like a real sport. Almost like how, you know, a real football game would probably take like 2 hours if it didn't have all the ads in there. But they do. So there you go. Ooh, I don't know how. Okay, at least we stopped him from bringing it. That was actually a really threatening drive there. So thank you to whoever made that, you know, kind of stop their momentum there. Sometimes it's just about as much stopping their momentum as it is getting your own momentum. That was that last game. It seemed like the other team had all the momentum, and then we just slowly turned it around. We're going to need a stop there. We got it. Very nice. And that can sometimes turn into points as well. I believe if this were basketball, that would be considered transition ball, where it's like you stop a shot, and then you make an offensive opportunity for yourself. It matters now because we are trying to just keep this momentum going here. And 1-0 is not really a lot of momentum. Anything could happen in a 1-0 game. Oh, hold on. I do not have a great shot at that. I'm gonna say somebody hit it from behind me. The curse of the ball cam, which I always have this on ball cam, which means I'm always lined up with the ball. But the curse is you can't see who's behind you, so you know, something could come out from above or below or behind, and you're just like, wait, how'd that happen? How did they hit the ball? It's like, well, I didn't have a shot at the whole field, so long story short, I don't know. Wow, everybody missed that one. Did we have an open goal potentially? They knocked my angle off just enough for me to kind of mess that up. All right, they're pushing. Nice. I'm going to stay back on defense. I believe they call that rotation. Rotating. I try not to always be on offense. It's fun to be on offense, though, you know? It can be. Not always. What am I talking about? Man, Huzzy on YouTube doing some flip moves in the air. I mean, they're stylish, but it's not really working so well for them. At least not yet. Basically just trying to throw them off their shot. Because I can tell they're trying to do something. You know, it's one of those things where you don't want the play to advance too far, or I'm not going to be able to stop it. But if I can just throw them off a little bit. If it's all about timing, then yeah, let's knock off their timing a little bit. That's all. That's what a lot of this game is. Ooh. Oh, I just went a little too fast on that. I'm actually glad somebody on the other team slowed that down. It was a kind of a favor they did me, honestly. It's like I really don't know what I want to do right now. We got all three of them kind of going at the same time. Okay, all right. A little back and forth again. Never bad. Well, it's never bad, but not the worst. Okay, don't love that I just put that there. I'm so bad at that. I know what I'm trying to do there, and I did actually knock out an opponent by doing that, but like I'm very bad at the shot where you try to like jump off the wall and like kind of hit it from the corner. He's going for a cross-up. He actually got it. I need him. I need a block. I say, thanks for picking me up there. I needed a block. You definitely see what the other team's trying to do on offense, for sure. I say, I've got no boost right now, so I'm just like hanging around here. Not getting nearly enough speed to make anything special happen, but now we're in kind of a desperation mode because it's only 1-0, and you can score a goal in this game in like 5 seconds at times. So, 20 seconds is plenty of time. But if we could just keep that ball on their side, and obviously try to put another goal in for the dagger, that would be very much appreciated. 10 seconds to go. They can't win it, but they can tie it. Okay, that should be game, and it is. Always hard to win a 1-0 game. That is not easy to do. To win a 1-0 game. Yeah. No, that is obviously not easy to do. Okay, yeah, let's play again. Oh, okay, I already hit play again. And we are, in fact, in the process, it looks like, in the process of joining another game. And, yeah, we'll see if we can do that momentarily. But in the meantime, we just be chilling here. Hopefully everyone's having a good Friday. Like I said, something about Rocket League on a Friday. I mean, Rocket League any day, but Rocket League on a Friday just feels right. We're going to see right now. We're going to go to DFH Stadium. There's some pretty cool stadiums in this game. They're not really showing them for some reason, but there are some pretty cool stadiums in this game that, some new ones. There's even one based on a mall, I think. I think it was like Paradiso Mall or something, where you're like playing Rocket League in a mall. Obviously, I find that appealing. That is not every stadium in the game, though. Many of them are more like this, more traditional. Let's see how traditional right now. This one seems to come up almost the most. This and Manfield. They're like good old-fashioned Rocket League arenas of sorts. What am I on? I'm on Team Orange. So we got what team I'm on. Oh, nice crossover. Not quite the result we were hoping for, but still not bad. Let's see how not bad right now. Yeah, February's almost over, I think. Even if I stream, well, today's 27th. Yeah, so if I stream tomorrow, which I should, that'll be the last stream of the month. It's hard to believe. But that's where we're at right now. 2 months of the year almost gone, and 2 months is still, I mean, I can evaluate this year a little bit more now, obviously, since 2 months are over, but it's still not a lot of time to evaluate a year. That said, by the end of February last year, I was like, let's let this year be over, meaning 2025. I was not a big fan of 2025 at all. That is not a new statement by me, but it's like you can't really determine how good a year is going to be in a couple months. You can determine if it's going to be bad in a couple months, and maybe even less. In 2025, by that point, like by this last year, a year ago today, I was not doing very well. So it's almost one of those things, kind of like the Scrubs remake, where it's like I'm just kind of like hoping for the best and just seeing what happens. That's where we're at for this year, and I completely screwed that up, and that's on me. Like, there is no one else to blame for that shot going south. I mean, it didn't go south. It went right in the goal, but no one else to blame but me. Then I'll take the L on that. But speaking just from, I'm the kind of person, I'm very analytical. I'm an analytical person. I look at how things are going before, during, and after. I evaluate stuff, and, 2025 wasn't, if I look at it as a whole, not just like parts of it were some of the worst ever. But then parts of it were decent. I'm not going to say amazing, but decent. And then obviously that Christmas season kind of just, I don't want to say saved it, but I mean, really, the way the year ended was almost impossible not to take that positive momentum into this year. So we did. So, 2026, like I said, it's still too early to really write the story on this year, but I can also say confidently it's not as bad as last year to this point. Like, fingers crossed. Like, it's still, yeah, we've had the snowstorms. That's kind of sucked. We've had a couple rough things here and there, but it's like last year was just so bad that it almost is like, it's almost like you want to follow, you ever heard the term, like, tough act to follow? Like, you don't want to be the one after, like, something great. Like, this is a good act to follow. Like, you do not, if you follow 2025, chances are by default you're going to be a decent year. Like, I'm not putting this up in, like, best of all time, but I mean, like, for the first 2 months, I'll take it. A couple rough times here and there is nothing compared to what 2025 had to offer at its worst. At its best, it was like probably a decent year on par with like 2017, which is a year I don't really talk about much because nothing happened in it. So at worst, it was terrible, and at best, it was like inoffensive. That was 2025 for me, with the exception of Christmas, which was exceptional, but I'm sorry, but Christmas is like almost always exceptional. So, and actually, on that note, special honorable mention to Halloween. Really, the last 3 months of 2025 were great. If all of 2025 could have been like the last 3 months, then we'd be in a different boat, but they weren't. So I can't just write off the first 9 months of the year because the last 3 were so good. Same way, if 2026 doesn't have a great last 9 months, I can't just be like, well, the first couple months were pretty good. Like, yeah, it doesn't really work like that. But that said, 2026 is off to a good start. I wouldn't say great, but good, and that's fine with me. To be in that situation where, you hope you just stay stable and maybe it gets a little better. We'll see, but I'll take it. There are some positives about 2026 already, and I don't really want to go too far into it because, again, it's still so early, but if those trends stay, then maybe I'll start talking about it. I don't really start talking about things until they happen for a while, Like, you could have a good week. You can have a good few days. That doesn't mean I want to, like, jinx it and be like, oh, everything's going to be great. Like, yeah, it might be. It's like staying realistic, positive, cautiously optimistic. That's the term I'm looking for. I'm staying optimistic, but I'm not just assuming, everything's going to be great, because I think last year kind of taught us that, no, not everything's going to be great sometimes, but last year I could write a book on. I just don't think it's a book anyone will want to read, but, last year was one of the more just... I hate to talk about it like that. It's like, at times it was like the most heart-wrenching year, and other times it was actually pretty okay to good. But, yeah, I don't know, man. 2025 was not it. But 2026, at the very least, looks to be like a less offensive 2025. It's almost like 2024, where 2024 was like a pretty good year, but nothing like to write home about. Like, that's kind of where I'm at right now. But again, still too early to say. March and April, usually when you kind of get into that territory, and then, whatever. Sounds like I'm old, it's because I am. I've been through so many of these years now where it's like, this is January and February famously are the parts of the year where hopefully nothing happens. Like, if you're talking about January and February, that usually means something bad happened, because usually not much happens in these months. So, if it's business as usual for now, that's not the worst thing. And, as soon as April, that's when I have a couple things to be excited about, even if it's just a little bit. We got Easter, we got the Mario Galaxy movie, just little things. That's when you start to see sort of signs of life from any year, really. And there's some exceptions to that, but for the most part, 2023 was like the last really great, amazing year where just so many things went right at the same time. That doesn't always happen, and that's kind of what makes you appreciate the years where it does work out. And obviously, I'm just kind of rambling right now, but that's also because nobody's really saying much here on the chat. And we almost just gave up the lead there as I'm just rambling on here. Like, there is a game going on during this. Not one that I'm paying much attention to, but there is a game, and we just won it. Probably didn't deserve to win it based on how little I was paying attention to said game, but we did win it. Woo. Hey ho. Alright, so we'll play again. Why the heck not, right? More Rocket League right now. Oh, I like this place, Urban Central. Basically like a big subway station. But big subway station where they play Rocket League. Oh, we're going up against, I didn't see the name of the team. I like their little graphic, though. The cheese heads, all right. I like the bright pink neon goal. Gives us something to aim for. I like the fun team names and stuff. I do. I don't like that I just missed that really easy shot, but I like the rest of it. Kind of makes our team look dull by comparison. Bob's Ducks. I mean, even their names are funny. Twitty Doo. And I didn't see the other one. And the other one. Because who cares at that point? You got a lame name, and I mean, that could be a good team. They look like they're a good team. That was a good shot by Bob's Ducks. Yeah, I said it. Bob's Ducks. Because someone's got to do it. Okay. So I'm just kind of like, obviously trying to score a goal here, but what are you trying to do? Well, I'm trying to score a goal. Nothing too crazy. Okay, I don't know what just happened there. Okay, alright. Nice stop. I don't like that it's just, the ball's just kind of staying there, but nice attempt at a stop anyway. There's obviously, at the end of the day, you just want to stop the ball from getting hit in. But sometimes, if you can help it, you want to also get it, like, far away from the opponent's goal. So I get that in. Oh, it really is not it going in. And at least I had a shot on goal. So they've been pretty good about guarding their goal. They left a little opening there. We did not take advantage of it. Okay. Oh, what the heck? It's like, that was like such a weird If I had hit that a little faster, that actually had a chance. But, I mean, I can say that about a lot of shots. If you had done it a little bit better, maybe it would have gone in. But the fact is, I did not do it any better. In fact, I might have hit it a little worse. Oh, damn. All right. I got to hope one of my teammates hits that because I was knocked out of the play. Not saying I would have gotten that, but... How the heck did I could swear I hit that. Maybe I didn't. The game certainly doesn't think I did. You got Tweedledoo kind of pushing the ball, the tempo of the whole game. Oh, watch out. Okay, all right. Oh, that's where I needed some boost there. I overshot that because I was basically just trying to get it, and by the time I hit it, I was out of range for a goal there. So I'm gonna optimistically, or just kind of, let me just cautiously, conservatively, I don't know the word, but I'm just gonna stay back sort of in a semi-defense position because I don't know what's gonna happen there with the exchange of the goal. Not much apparently. Well, now we're in. Now we're in some trouble. No, not really. Let's see if they can clear that out. 2 minutes to go, just about, and no scoring yet. Uh-oh. Oh, nice save! I was like, I'm never gonna get to that. Turns out I didn't have to. All right, cool. All right. Goal opportunity here. That is not gonna get it done either. Shit. It's lined up decently, but the rebound was kind of off on it. Okay. It's like I'm so nervous with it. So I'm a little nervous. Okay. Now I'm back to kind of being neutral. Okay. Say, oh man, this is a tough game here. 0-0 still. Say, if they can hit that, nope. I saw what they were going for. This one's gonna come down to the wire. Oh, nice shot, and they made it. Nice one. Really and truly, could go either way here. 1-0, but there's still like a little under a minute to go. Yeah, 47 seconds. They could score on that. All right, 1-0. Like I said, 47 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Again, everybody just slamming to the ball. Unfortunately, it goes to our side, so gives Cheeseheads a great chance to respond. I can't believe I had to say that with a straight face, but I did. Okay, we're going this way with it. Going back here. Can't tell what the hell I'm doing. Going that way. Here we go. Okay, I don't know what's happening. Just a whole mess of stuff. Oh my god, really? That could go, by the way. I'm not over there to defend, but... Yep, that did go. So the game might be extended to overtime. We'll see momentarily. As we have this song, Bob's Ducks, with a Lightning McQueen icon there, and the song from Cars playing. Life is a highway. All right, well, it's been a tough-fought game. I shouldn't be surprised. Wow, what a save there. Ew, and again, they go for it, and it's not in. Woo! Wow. All right. Got to regroup here. That was like 2 attempts that were very viable. We are going to overtime. What a nerve-wracking moment that was. I mean, they were driving that ball. It looked like he was going for an aerial goal. 2 aerial goals, actually. And we're still at 1-1 here going into the overtime. I was going to say, I can't see. That's going in. That is game over. And that's what I mean about like a disappointing ending, when it's like, you know, the game was actually pretty good, and they came back to tie it, and it was like, okay, let's go to overtime and see what happens, and then just something like that ends it. That's unfortunate, but hey, they were the better team. You know, I don't mind losing to them. I mean, obviously we would have liked to win, but we didn't. Look at that pink neon. You can see it on my face even. That was a tough loss. It was, but you win some, you lose some, and we definitely lost that one. Yeah, GG. That's all I can say. I mean, Martinez Pablo, which is actually that guy's name. I'm not making fun of his name. That was his name. He had our lone goal, and he was pretty good, actually. It was a good goal. But we lost 2-1 in overtime. No shame in it. I did not have the best game, but really nobody did. I mean, it doesn't matter now. It's over. It's in the books. So we move on. So you got to have a short memory in Rocket League. I've had a couple losses today. That was a bad one. The one where we lost at the buzzer was a bad one. But then we also had that amazing comeback. So some really classic games today in a very short stream so far. But yeah, we had the 3-0 comeback earlier. I had another game where we lost. We were up by a couple. We lost with like 10 seconds to go. That was not good, obviously. But not much I can say about that. And now here we are. Starting anew. More right now. What's that guy's name? Ledmer? It's supposed to be like Barnes and Noble, like Barnes and Base or something. More right now. Okay. Oh. Say, can I get the ball? No. I can get it, but it's not going right now. Oh, how did I miss that? Okay. All right, all right. Oh. Oh, there we go. Wait, that was my team, right? Okay, good. There you go. Am I celebrating that or not? Did I end up celebrating it? Draw. More right now. Oh. Okay. Oh. Oh. All right. Ooh. Oh, nice save. What a save it eventually ended up being. Oh! Not really sure how I missed that, but I did. Yeah, 1-1. 2 minutes ago. Whoa, 2 minutes ago. Weird little exchange there in the beginning, but it worked out in the end, I guess. More right now. There you go. Man. Not what I wanted. Oh my god, really? The ever famous, that was not what I want. Really? See, this is what I mean now. You're going to forfeit down 2-1? Really? Why? We're down a member now. So now it's 2 against 3 either way, but I'm not surrendering down 2-1. That's unsurmountable? I don't think so. I mean, it's not ideal now that we're down 2 players, but we're down a player. What are you going to do? What you can do. I'll go 1v3 against them if I have to. I've done that. Doesn't go very well, but I've done it. Also can't see. Oh, come on. Hey, oh, got him. See, if you guys had, like, not surrendered, we might have still been in this. Instead of putting me at a, one player down advantage. Okay, I don't know what the hell happened there. I'm actually not doing that bad either. It's just, unfortunately, down a player, we can only do so much. Oh! Damn it, what the fuck was that? Oof, that's gonna go in. Hey, if only we had a third player, we might have... I mean, he tried his best, but... Yeah, I mean, we're down 3-2. Actually, we're still... Oh, yeah, I keep thinking we're down like 3-1. We're down 1 goal still with under a minute to go, but it's like, that's with 1 player less than the other team. So, I mean, it's almost an accomplishment at this point. And like I said, we could have been, like, in position to win this game if the other guys didn't freaking forfeit or whatever. But it is what it is. They have 3 players, we have 2. I mean, who do you think is going to win? Probably the team with 3, but we're doing a decent job here for being down a player. They've got a great chance for a goal here, but... Jeez. Obviously, we're likely going to lose this, but... Jeez. Very bizarre game here. Down 3-2, or down 2-1 originally, when that guy wanted to forfeit and basically fucked us. Counting on him to drive it. I'm going to try to just be back here for a rebound. Oh my god, he got it! Nice shot, dude. What a freaking... It's not over yet, but the fact that we're even in this right now, down a player, ready to forfeit. Again, this is why you don't forfeit in Rocket League. You just don't. I mean, I'm not saying you're going to win every time, but you got to stay in the game. So right now, I got to defend. I'm going for defense. I don't want to give up a cheap shot, as we almost do here. I just saved it. Wait, what? What the fuck was that? Oh, there was still... Okay, never mind. That was the last possession of the game. I'm like, hold on. I'm like, what just happened here? Hey, what's going on? Polluted turtle. Right now, if we win this game, this will be a miracle right now. I'm going to say, I don't want to hear anything from the teammate that forfeited, because they are not, like, in the game right now. Another amazing... Like, I've saved this game twice, dude. This is going to be ridiculous. Yeah, I'll update you on the Crystal Mall in a second, but this is, like, the game to end all games here. I mean, there have been some classics already, but this one, if I pull this off, which I don't know if I will, we're still in it, but we're still going 2v3 right now. This is ridiculous. It's 3-3. Shit! Okay, we lost. But you know what? We lost. They had 3 on their team. We had 2. We almost came back to win that game. That was an incredible game. And again, if that other guy doesn't forfeit on our team, I say we might win that. I mean, I can't say for sure, but that was an incredible game. Yeah, I don't know what that means, Crystal. I mean, the Chinese restaurant's been out for a while. Crystal Mall is going to be out soon, but just to put into perspective what just happened, we were down 2-1. One of our teammates left the game, so we were playing 2 versus 3 with us being a man down. We tied the game at 3, and we almost won it. I mean, that was... Really, we've been seeing some crazy stuff today already. But that would have been a comeback for the ages there, just because being down a player, we almost won it. And again, it was just a matter of we were overmatched. Probably the team with 3 was taking it easy on us till the end, but still, that was an incredible game. And looks like we're about to give up an easy goal here after all that, but damn. That's why you play the games, you know? That's what they always say. Why do you play the games? That's why you play them. What's going on, Turtle? I'm telling you, there have been some incredible games in this one, though. To come back down 3-0 with like a minute to go, that's still the highlight tonight. But that would have probably topped it, honestly, just because of the situation. Forfeiting a game, or trying to forfeit a game, we were down 2-1, was ridiculous enough. But then for us to almost win the thing, that was incredible. Absolutely. The funny thing is, like, usually these Rocket League streams, the games are nothing special. I think almost every game has had some kind of, like, cool moment in it. Like, we haven't really been paying attention to that, but, like, almost every game has had some really cool moment or two, even if I've lost. I lost the game at the buzzer, too. That sucked, but it was still, I had to admit, a pretty competitive game. There have been very few. There were a couple in the beginning. I think I won, like, 5-1. That wasn't very interesting, but most of them have been very close games. And really down to the wire in all of them. Good defensive games, too. A couple 1-0 games. Like, even the games that weren't, like, last-minute comebacks were really good games. Right now, it's 1-0 in this one, but... I mean, for real, though, if you're a fan of Rocket League, which I don't know how many people here actually like Rocket League, but if you like it, there's a lot to like about today's stream so far. We've been seeing some really good gameplay on both sides. I've even made a couple really good saves, not to brag a little bit, but I will. A couple of decent goals, but mainly I'd say I've done better on defense, keeping some of these games alive, particularly that last one, where if we had won that, I had 2 game-saving saves, literally game-saving, toward the end of that game, but didn't matter. But, again, 3v2. I'll take it. I've never won a game where I was overmatched, but that was the closest. That's to say nothing of my teammate, who was really, really good. So, I mean, like I said, if we just had anybody else who didn't surrender early, we probably would have at least made it more interesting than that. But who knows? Nice save again. These have been scrappy games, too. I mean, again, 1-0. Not very high scoring, except for, like, the beginning. We had a couple where we got to 5 points, but that's a decent shot attempt, actually. Crystal Mall combined. Once again, the meaning is lost on everyone else, but these have been some very good games. I mean, that would have been a comeback for the ages there. But instead, it's Kung Pao Chicken. All right, that was just lazy defense there. I can't really... See, again, with the vote to forfeit, dude, that is the kiss of death today. Every time we vote to forfeit, we end up coming back to win. So go ahead, vote to forfeit. Oh, my God, 2-0. We can never come back from 2-0. Holy shit. Like, where's your resilience, guys? I'm not saying we come back from it, but... 2-0, I'll take my chances on 2-0. With like 3 minutes to go, it's not like there's like 3 seconds to go. That's a great shot attempt. Look at that. It's like 2-1 already in like 5 seconds. This is why you don't forfeit. People are morons, man. They just give up too quickly. I'm not, again, you know, if it's 10-0, okay, but 2-0 with 3 minutes to go is nothing. I've seen people come back from like 4 goals in like 3 minutes. Like, it happens. Especially if we play as a team, just locked out on defense here. I mean, again, it's 2 goals. Now it's 2-1. Like, that is not an insurmountable comeback to think. I mean, that's going for the goal. All right, didn't go in the goal, but it came close. Shit. Okay, that was kind of actually a bad possession there. After all that, I'm like, well, actually, that possession was not handled particularly well. All right, hold on here. That's not good. Now we're going to start seeing the forfeits come out. But you know what? I don't care. I don't care. Vote to goat. I don't know what that means, but we're not going to do that either. We're not goating anything. But it's still, all right, 3-1. I'm not giving up. I mean, I don't think I've ever voted to forfeit. I've actually won a game because the other guy was so tired of playing me. It was like we were down like 6-0 and I would not forfeit. And the other team's like, yeah, just forget it. So it technically counted as a win. That was like one time. Still, though, this is not... I mean, we almost scored a goal not that long ago. Like, this is not, like, some impossible game to win. I don't think. Now with 2 minutes to go and a 2-goal deficit, I would not give up on this game, and we're not going to. So let's keep it going. Especially with some of the games we've had today. And I'm not saying this turns into a classic, but it might. Maybe I am saying that. I'm actually surprised that goal got as close as it did to going in. Oh, nice. Get the setup. I'm going to stay back. Just in case. Okay, I don't know what that did, but... Shit. Okay. Alright, 4-1. I mean, they're not all going to be classics, and now here come the forfeits. Still not going to, but... Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, yeah, we got nothing to worry about, but... I ain't forfeiting it. No way. No effing way. Minute and a half, that's a tall order, I'm not going to lie. But we were down 3-0 in one game, which is basically the same thing. If y'all think about it. Yeah, there'll be no goats in this one. Yeah, not going to be any miracles either. I actually didn't think that was going to go in. I thought that was going to hit off the corner. By the time I realized it was going to go in, it was kind of too late. So yeah, I'll take the L on this one. Of course, now that we have more people watching, I'm like, yeah, these have all been great games. And down 5-1 with a minute to go, but we'll play it out. See what happens right now. Not much magic left in these wheels, I suppose. Ouch. That was not ideal. And the other team seems to have a good formula for scoring on us, too. Like, they're really good at just centering the ball up and just getting it where it's got to go. Which, of course, does not help. You're trying to, what's the word, win the game? I forget what's that term when you're trying to win the game? Win the game? Okay. Yeah, just trying to, like, disrupt the other team here. Timing-wise, I mean, not a lot of time here to even do anything, but... Okay, how'd they block that? They blocked it pretty well, I guess. Yeah, this is not going to happen, but what are you going to do? What can I say? We played probably like 10, 12 games today. I'd say like 5 or 6 were really good. This has been kind of the weaker one. And this and another one. So I'll take the save on that at least. Always play hard, you know, that's what I always say, whether it's in life, Rocket League, whatever. Always go for the best, you know. Try to make it a win, try to do something meaningful. Whatevs. I was bored last night, so I played Sonic 3. I'm sorry, what? I mean, I love Sonic 3. Like the original Sonic 3 or one of the remakes of it. Well, not remakes, but the Origins version, whatever. I mean, Sonic 3 is a great fucking game, no matter how you play it. Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic 3, I mean... my favorite game of all time, so you're not going to get any arguments here for that. Yeah. I can't say anything against that. That is a great gaming choice there by Toaster Cartridge, playing Sonic 3 on Sega Genesis. The best game of all time, in my humble opinion. Really when, I mean, obviously Sega kept going, but that's like when Sega really hit their stride with Sonic games. I love Sonic Adventure as far as a first 3D game goes, but I mean, yeah, you can't really beat Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And they didn't. I mean, Sonic Mania was really close second, but technically it wasn't made by Sega and also had a lot of reused content, but still was an awesome game, I think. And that's where my ranking has always been Sonic 3 and Knuckles and Sonic Mania as far as the two best. Then after that, I gotta go with Sonic 2, my first video game ever played, just amazing nostalgia, just amazing game all around. But anyhow, Sonic 3. Great game. Ooh, alright. What? Like, what just happened there? Obviously we didn't score, but it would have been nice to. We did. A lot of things would have been nice. Doesn't mean we're going to get them. It would have been nice. All the same. Okay, alright. Okay, I did not know if that goal would count for me. At that point, I didn't care. I just wanted to go in because it bounced off so many players there. Okay, I see. It bounced off my teammate, went to me. I bounced it off someone on the other team, and it went in. So it technically counts as my goal because I was the last one on our team to hit it. But really, you could have given that to, like, one of either of us. I would argue the other person had a more skilled, like, attempt. Basically, I'm just trying to reset on defense here. Alright, 1-0 game again. A lot of close games today, like I've been saying. 2-1, pretty close. Oh, what a move! Hold on. Yeah, obviously I don't like being scored on, but I got to admit, I was ready for that, too. If you watch me... I was right there. He just, like, slid that pat. That was a great move. Holy shit. I usually don't like those moves, but if you're going to do it like that. That was ridiculous. That was not even, like, a troll move. That was just, like, that was a great move. I'm not going to pretend I could do that. Like, they held the ball just long enough, and I was ready for, like, just a straightforward shot. They slid it past me, so by the time I got to where I wanted to go, I was already past the ball. Like, that is a very expert play there. To me, that's almost as impressive, if not more impressive, than like an aerial goal. Like, that is such a clutch shot. It's almost impossible to stop. A cross-up would also be good there, but to me, cross-ups are a little cheap and somewhat luck-based. That was not lucky. That was a legit, that was a skill shot. That was a really good slide and just shoot. I don't know. We would have needed like 3 people in goal to stop that, legitimately. And that was also a nice play. Not as good as the other one, but that was a nice assist and everything. It's only 2-1. For some reason, it feels like we're down by more than that, but those last 2 goals are so impressive. It does feel like we're down like 4-0, but we're really only down 1 goal because we got one early, but damn. This team knows how to play offense. I can't speak for their defense yet, because it's still, like, we're like halfway into the game, but 2 goals very quick and on 2 really cool shots, but that one move there was something. I'm going to say, we had a goal opportunity right there, didn't get it, but whatever, right? Let's see here. Ooh, oh, all right. Kind of an interesting turn of events there. I don't think they saw that coming. I know I didn't. I don't like where this ball is, though. Shit. Nice. They clearly have a game plan. Like, these are some really good shots. It's like, I don't know what to do. They've got me in goal like, what? All right, whatever that is. But, yeah, I'm not doing that. But I'm saying, like, they got me in goal like, do I stay? Do I try to do a jump shot? Like, I've got no clue where I'm trying to go with some of these stops. And that is probably the worst situation to be in if you're a defender, is just not knowing where to go. Because I don't want to jump too early, but then it's like if I wait too long, they can do like that almost looked like a setup right there. I really do not have, I don't have one of those. It's a little sponge thing. I know what it is. But no, I don't have one. Shit, even that was a good shot. Didn't go in, but it was a nice shot. Okay. Dude, this team is like toying with us. I mean, like some of these shots I'm seeing are just crazy. Not even shots, but just like the attempt at a shot. To kind of just throw us off our game a little bit. Those have been really good. I could set him up there. I tried, but it was not a very good setup. I'll be absolutely honest. That was a really lousy setup. That was a better setup, but the shot did not go. Fuck. Hard to set up either because their defense is very good. I originally was like, yeah, they're more offensive, but you know what? Their defense is no slouch either. So it's a 2-1 game. And again, you know, under a minute to go, 2-1. That's still a pretty good game in my book. Playing against some pro competition here. Oh, I really thought I had a chance there. No, not chicken, but if I had any, I might use it. I don't know what it would do in this game. Oh, what was he doing there? That was a decent setup. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Tie game. Oh, these have been some great games, man. If you like Rocket League, you are loving these games right now. 38 seconds to go, 2-2. Let's go. Let's lock in. I mean, absolutely. Really good games all around here. Ooh, a couple good saves on the other side as well. I got a chance to drive this thing all the way. Oh, never mind. Somebody just cut me right off. Holy shit, this is getting really chippy. All right, it's 2-2. The way this game's going, it feels like anybody could score at any time. Nice save. Try and push it the other way. Okay. That was me getting a little too much in my head there. Overtime. All right, another overtime game. Got a lot of these today. Just want to make it competitive. I don't know where the rest of my teammates are because that goal was wide open for a second there. Okay, that should be out of the... Yeah, okay. I was going to say that should be out of scoring range, but you just want to make sure. Dude, I'm trying to get the ball out. Hey, this is a dangerous spot to be in. Fuck. I don't know what. That was like the worst defensive alignment for my teammate. I mean, I'm not saying I was great either there. All right, well, I don't know what's with you and the sponge right now, but like, nobody was good. I'm not going to lie. I was not good on that either, but like, no one on my team, and that really is a shame because we fought very hard in that game. And it, you know, I'll take the L at the end of the day. I mean, we lost 3-2. It's not the end of the world, but I mean, like, we had an opportunity to make that at least a competitive overtime, and then we just give up that goal so easy. All right, a bunch of fucking sponge jokes, but still a really good game. I mean, they've all been, I keep saying they've all been good. They can't all be good. If every game is good, no game is good. But no, it's wasteland now. Pitched, I might add. But, yeah, he's got to get back up and walk that off, I guess. All right, more bullshit right now. All right, here we go. Who's on my team? Oh, there is somebody named Dizzy D, but they're on the other team. More Rocket League. Maybe, right now. I was going to say, I had a feeling that match was not going to happen just because it was taking too long to find that last player. Okay, well, let's go for the competitive. shall we? I don't even know what it's searching for right now. Like, I don't know what the parameters are. Oh, alright, well, we're about to find out right now. 3 versus 3 DFH Stadium, which is like one of the most generic stadiums, but I guess that's alright. We'll see what happens. Really are searching for that scrub daddy. Really are not finding it. But we are finding some great competitive Rocket League action, including that 3-0 comeback. Hey, yo. Okay. Oh, man, the other team just came driving through there. Hey, yo. Oh. That was one of those where I couldn't commit to a shot. I was trying. I'm like, okay, just gotta, like, you know, line it up or whatever, and just did not work out there. Oh, that might. No, it didn't, though. Those corner shots are so frustrating because they look easy to make, but they're really not. Like, it really is tough to get it from there. But it's also harder to line up a perfect shot where you're gonna just, like... Yeah, oh, that was a great setup, though. I don't blame him for missing it. That was a great save on the other end. Like I said, just good competitive Rocket League action going on today. The other team has an interesting offensive philosophy. They seem to bring the ball up kind of slowly, but then they're looking for like that deception at the last minute, which again, that's a completely valid play style. I'm gonna say, that's a clean shot. That's a clean shot. There was nobody there for that. That sucks, but I can't really say much about it. Like, that was just a clean shot. It's a clean shot. I mean, look at that. There was nobody there. I mean, we were kind of in the area, but it was just not going to happen. So we're down 1-0. We'll see what happens right now. We'll. Again, right now. Uh-oh. Also a pretty decent shot attempt there, if I'm being honest. It really was clean day. I was almost giving you an opening for that, so I'm not really surprised you took it. Sometimes I just lean into the stupidity. I'm like, well, if we're going to talk about sponges anyway, I may as well just start talking about soap or something. Like, I don't know. I gotta play to my audience. God knows I do. Probably more often than I should. Oh, there's some good goal attempts there. Oh. You know, you talking about the stupid sponges like the time, well, several times like this, but it's like when I try to like shoehorn something into one of my streams all the time, like. I'll be like, you know what's not difficult is that Sonic DLC, because we can't find it. Like, it'll be like every little thing. I'll be like, you know what isn't red is that Sonic DLC that I can't find. Like, it'd be like just every excuse just to talk about some topic. And speaking of the weather, the Sonic DLC that I cannot find. Oh, nice one. Well played. Actually, I think well played might be one of the things I could say, but that actually was well played. That's not just me, like, saying it for bullshit reasons. That is me legitimately saying that was well played. All right. Here we go. Here we go. It is 1-1. Seems to be a lot of these games. It's like 1-1 or 2-1 with like 2 minutes to go or so. Ooh, here we go. Hey, oh! I actually did. That was one of those that was half locked, to be honest. Like, I was obviously trying to get it toward the goal, but I did not think it would slice all the way over. So, thank you for that. That was actually pretty pleasant. See how pleasant right now. Okay. Is anyone going to hit that, or are we just going to let it sit there? All right, fine. I don't know how the hell I missed that. I really don't. I really, truly don't know how I missed that. They got all their team right there on their goal guarding it. And I'm just over here to, like, I don't know what. Okay. Oh, what the fuck was that? Oh, shit. I'm like, unless they have another... The only reason I hesitated to save that, and that was actually a strategic block on my part. The only reason I hesitated to save that is because I didn't know if they had like a rebound waiting. So I'm like, if I hit this right now, is there going to be somebody else waiting? But that right there, if you watch this, I blew that guy up. You can't see it on the replay, but I blew that guy up on purpose to like kind of just give it more time to score. And it obviously worked out. It's rare that that situation comes up, but long story short, it did. That's the good news. It's 3-1, minute 30 to go. Okay. Orange team, so we got to protect our goal here. Oof, a lot of stuff going on there. A lot of nonsense happening here tonight if you're watching. Okay. Oh, get it! Got it. Oh, I love that shot going away. I did mean to do that, but I thought somebody was going to stop it. If we watch this again, I did mean to do it. Because I'm like, worst case, it hits off the wall. Boom. No one was there. And that's a straight shot in. That was great. I just noticed that guy's name is Phillies World Series 2008. That's kind of funny to me. That is, to this day, the last time the Phillies have won the World Series. That's, to me, just funny that their name is specifically Phillies World Series 2008. I mean, it was a good World Series. I mean, I'm a little pissed the Red Sox were in it, but at least the Rays didn't win. Yeah, I've had quite the game here. I didn't even realize I had 2 of the assists as well. Ooh, nice spike shot. Oh, damn, I wanted that hat trick. All right, 4-1 now. Looks like we're going to hold on to win this. 30 seconds remain. No? All right. Look how I did that holding breath noise like it was really going to make a difference. I did hold my breath right now. Yes, you've made that pretty apparent that you're going to get me a scrub daddy. Or scrub daddy. Well, what, December? Like, my birthday's not for several months now. When it is, look out. Uh-oh. They might get that second goal. They did! The Phillies 2008 World Series team just got a second goal. Damn it. Classic World Series action right there. And that's why the Phillies won the World Series in 2008, but it's not why this team won, because they didn't. Alrighty. Well, that's going to wrap things up here for me today, but I appreciate everybody watching as always. This has been yours truly, Chaos Splitter, with a legendary, I'll say legendary, that last game was not that great, but a pretty good slate of Rocket League games, in all honesty. That was a fun one. But yeah, I'm going to be signing off here, and I appreciate everybody watching. Hopefully we got you through some of your Friday afternoon here. But in all seriousness, again, we got one more stream for February, but it's been a good month. We saw the return of Retromania this month. Well, I can talk more about that tomorrow, but yeah. Anyway, for now, I'll be signing off. We will see you in the next one, and as always, stay chaotic. Blur out.